I was a labor and delivery nurse for a long time, and I realized I was a labor nurse for probably about 9 years, and realized that I had about no, I had a 12-hour time frame with women. They came into labor and delivery, and I was their nurse, and for 12 hours, I got to be part of one of the most wonderful, exciting times in their lives. But that then the patient would leave and any impact I made, any help that I gave them, it was always limited to 12 hours. And then I never had any pre-story or backstory or follow-up after. For somebody who never wanted to be a midwife, all of a sudden, I think the Lord dropped that in my spirit, and it was like, you can make a better impact in someone's life over time than you'll ever be able to do it in a single moment or for a 12-hour shift. And that was the catalyst that sent me into midwifery.
I had the privilege to work with a midwifery group, and those midwives took care of me through my first two pregnancies. So I knew firsthand how impactful good quality midwifery care could be to women. And so I always knew I wanted to be a midwife and wanted to provide that same level of care to women and see them through some of the most important times in their life.
There is nothing more, I think, rewarding than taking care of a baby and a mom. And I think especially in my area of special care nursery where I work, I think special care nursery has such a unique opportunity to take care of a mother and a baby in a way in which you develop such a trusting relationship with the mother or family in order to take care of that baby, because they're going to leave the hospital and you want them to really feel comfortable in knowing that their baby's being well cared for.
There were a lot of different areas of healthcare that I was very interested, especially surgery. But as a nursing student, when I saw my very first delivery, it connected and I was like, that's my home. That's where I want to be. And ever since then, the whole goal was getting back to labor and delivery and that process of giving birth.
I grew up with an aunt, also named Lisa, who was a labor and delivery nurse. So I've been hearing about labor and delivery for as long as I can remember. My aunt's only 18 years older than me. And I always just thought she was so cool and everything. And Aunt Lisa's so cool. So I thought, I am going to go back to nursing school and I want to be a labor and delivery nurse. And there's no other thing I want to do. And it's everything I wanted it to be and more, really.
I love babies. I have always loved babies. And I think that having that love, being able to work with families, it's really rewarding to make a difference in someone's life and to watch that baby progress and actually get better. And I think there couldn't be anything that feels better than watching that progress of that baby heal and recover.
So in my role, we care for women in a hospitalist capacity. I take care of women in triage throughout their birth, and then I again see them on the postpartum unit. We don't care for women throughout their pregnancy and prenatal care, but I think our role is really special in that when you're caring for women through one of the most important times in their life, like a birth, you can form bonds really quickly and make really impactful connections. And that's my favorite part.
What I love the most about it is helping women have the birth experience that they want, especially when things happen that they don't expect or they have complications that they don't expect, helping them to still preserve and keep as much of that moment as they wanted.
Feeling at the end of the day, regardless of the situation, I've done something to help somebody have a better day. And it's crazy and it's amazing. And I've made so many different relationships, not just with coworkers, but with patients who are not friends outside of, I've met them, I was their labor nurse, and now we have this big relationship because I shared in one of the most important days of their entire life. And that's a huge honor. It's a huge accomplishment.
I think all women, especially, us who've had children, the very things that we remember are those moments that is a life-changing moment. When you're having a baby, it changes your life forever. And for me to be able to journey with them through one of the most life-changing experiences is probably the best part of my job.